am so happy to have my guest today sitting right here to my left, but I believe it when you guys are watching it, she's going to be to my right, perhaps. This is Janet Barkis from J. Barkis Design. We were going to get into her entire story and why, of course, we match and we know each other so well. But before that, ladies and gentlemen, as you very well know, if you've been watching the show, I am still trying to grow this channel. I want to grow the Local Biz Cast on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on YouTube. If you want me to get on SoundCloud, if you want me to get on any of those other ones, you got to just let me know. But if you don't mind, I'm just asking, if you're liking it, go ahead and hit like, hit subscribe, share it with your friends. Ask them to hit like and subscribe. You could do it anywhere. As I said, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. We'll take you everywhere. I love to get you guys' comments. I enjoy that, actually. It helps me build a better show. So please feel free to comment. If you want to get on the Local Biz Cast, I want you here. We're looking for any type of business owner or entrepreneur or influencer or anything. You want to get on the show? Come on the show. You just got to come find me. It's very easy. I'm the loudest human being on earth. Follow the voice. But if not, you can always get me on social media. TikTok and Instagram, I am the Dr. Pete. On Facebook, I am still Peter Wohl. I am also here at the Spine and Health Center of New Jersey in our Montvale location. And you can find me at drpete@shcnj.com if you want to email me. The last and one more thing. I promise you guys, of course, we rent this podcast studio out. So if you're interested in that too, please feel free to contact me. All right. All my business is done.
That was a lot. Yeah.
I'm going to exhale and relax. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I have Janet Barkis here from J. Barkis Design. I'm going to say interior decorator, but designer, decorator, the
interior
whole nine
designer,
yards.
yes.
I need to know all about you because I know about you now. But I don't know about where you came from. How did you get into this? I need the whole story. We've got 28 minutes to get everything you've done in the last, whatever many years.
Okay, well, first of all, I want to say that I've never been told that somebody's louder than me. And my maiden name is Laub, but they used to call me Loud
Mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, a new podcast called Loud Mouth. Loud Mouth.
I love that.
I think we just found our new co-host. This is perfect. It couldn't be any better than this.
So that's really funny because everyone calls me Janet Loud. Anyway, how did I... Well, first of all, I grew up on Long Island.
Long Island?
Yes,
girl, where were you?
Plainview.
Plainview. You're a Suffolk girl? No, that's
we're
Nassau.
still
Yeah,
Nassau.
Nassau over there. Yeah.
And I went to American University.
Ooh, Washington, D.C. girl. Yeah.
D.C. And then I moved to Manhattan quickly.
Hold on one second. You're going way too fast.
Okay.
You knew you were going to get into interior design? No.
I was. I majored in languages and business, so I was my track was import-export trading, maybe just using my languages.
Okay.
I majored in French and Spanish. But then, after a couple of years of doing import-export trading, I got involved in a hosiery company called. First one was Hot Socks.
Are we gonna blow them up right now? Your little hot socks over there? Do we?
They're still around. They own Ralph Lauren. They do the Polo Ralph Lauren socks is their big brand and their own brand hot socks. And I was a local sales rep around the New York area, and then they put me into the international division so I can use my languages. I quickly thereafter got hired by American Essentials, who owned Calvin Klein. License.
Oh, isn't that a big riff over there? They stole you from Ralph Lauren to Calvin Klein? Woo, that's like turf wars.
So they were licensees.
Okay.
And I got to, fortunately, travel the world selling Calvin Klein during the time when Calvin Klein was launching all these shop-in-shops for Calvin Klein, Marky Mark and all of the Kate Moss. I was really launching socks all over the world.
Socks?
Hosiery,
just
tights
socks.
and socks, men's and women's socks, huge business.
Huge business.
And we were at we were at Gallery Lafayette. We were in every store all throughout Europe. And we killed it. We were just riding the wave of Calvin
having the
Klein
time of your
underwear, CK jeans, and it blew up. And I was really in the most magnificent hotels all over Europe. And I was more interested in the interiors of the hotels that I was staying, because we were always in like the hippest, coolest.
Right. So that was the spark.
And that was my
You're just
spark.
sitting there, you're going to bed, you're like
yeah.
after the shows or whatever it is you're doing, and you're like, man, look at that wallpaper.
Yes.
Look at that.
Yes.
That was the spark.
I was always good at it, and my mom was very good at it, so I had a flair. But it wasn't until and that was a time when all the new boutique hotels were having environments in the lobby, and they were doing rooftops, and I just fell in love with that. So I moved to Woodcliff Lake.
Still working for Calvin Klein at the time?
Yeah, at the beginning.
Okay.
And then everyone loved my home, and I was all of a sudden realizing that I was helping everybody. And I said, why am I doing this for free? And all my friends were like, you can charge to do this. Because I was taking everybody.
Sure.
Everyone had the same house with the same swags and the old fashioned, and they all wanted it because my house did not look
updated,
like that.
Yeah.
And I decided with 3 little babies to go to Parsons in New York. 2 or 3 times two or 3 times a week at night.
Oh my goodness.
And I was lucky. I had a very good support system. And then, I was doing homework.
You were still working for Calvin Klein?
No.
At that point, we fought because you were on maternity leave or whatever it is.
Yes,
Got it. Mm-hmm.
I was kind of I think it was that's when I ended Calvin Klein. I wanted to do this.
All right.
And I was doing homework at midnight. I was learning color theory and drawing and sketching, things like you just showed me this morning.
Yep.
And I said, this is what I want to do. And I did the degree in about 3 years. And I started to work for somebody locally. And
Up here in Bergen County.
Up here in Bergen County while I was in school, just to get my feet wet. And then I just flew. I got my first project. And
how long ago are we talking? When did J. Barkis design?
I think I started in 2008, so probably by 2014 I was on my own.
That's 11 years already.
Maybe it's a little longer than that. And it hasn't stopped since. I don't advertise. I've been really.
You can't say that anymore because you're right here on the Local Biz Cast.
All word of mouth until today.
There you go. Your first advertisement. See, I like that. I have a lot of people who say I've never advertised or they could never afford to advertise or anything like that. This is the greatest modality to get it out there. This is what people are looking and listening at, and all that kind of stuff. Unbelievable. And
I've had it's amazing. I've worked with new people when I didn't know you very well, or I've worked with my very dear friends, and I haven't lost a client yet.
Haven't lost a client.
When you work so closely in the same community.
I think that's an even bigger testimonial because you're in that
I
community,
agree.
you can really piss people off, and they'll be like, you would be ruined forever. So when everybody keeps on coming back and everything like that. So I'll hold my testimonials towards the end, but at just the very beginning, hardworking, you're into it, you love it.
Yes, I'm very.
And
passionate.
you make it easy for somebody who again. This is what I tell again. So forgive me. We're hardworking. Both my wife and I. We work 7,000 hours a week and everything like that. And we are, chiropractor, functional medicine, sports people, this, that, the other thing. We're not designers. We're not contractors. We don't know anything. And there's a lot of people out there that expect maybe a little bit more of the people that they are working for, they get hired by. And I'm like, we know nothing. I try to qualify that.
Right.
You're like,
but you have opinions.
Yeah, right. But you're
you have visuals that you like. That's more than most.
But you're bringing me the options, and you're like, oh, you have to do this. I would never know we had to do this, right? And so there's a lot of people have been out there to be like, there's just too much expectation. You're not only bringing it out, you know how busy we are, so you get it to us. You're able to kind of continue to communicate. Your follow through. You make it easy. So I don't have much experience. But I can tell you this, I don't think I'm going to need much more experience because you make it easy, and every project you've done has been beautiful. It's been fantastic. So
we have a fun
all right,
house.
I was supposed to save the testimonial to the end. Now we can end the show 20 minutes early. It's over. That's it. That's all you need to know about Janet. No. So all right. So you started on your own. You always knew that you were going to be doing like residential. I'm assuming, is that what you do?
Yes, I've done a few offices just from friends or clients who have an office, but I would say 98% of my business is residential, and I that's really my
That's
focus.
your spot.
Yeah.
You love that.
Yes.
You knew that from day one, even though you were looking at hotels.
And I realized, it's very like she to want to work in Manhattan, and I've had a lot of very nice, beautiful projects in Manhattan, but it's really not easy. And dealing with the buildings and dealing with elevators.
Oh,
and
my God,
I did something in Florida, and one of the sofas, it was a high modern building, but the elevator was tiny, and I had to cut my sofa in half to get it up and hoist it up.
I've heard that. You had to put it above the elevator car so that it's in the
crazy.
shaft, and I've heard of all these.
No, this one I had to come through like the back of the apartment and hoist it up to the second floor, and bring it in. So I've had my
You've done it all.
I've done it all.
Right.
But in general, working out here, the world is our oyster. We don't care about sizes, things that fit. And I've done some really beautiful projects.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you know my history with being on that show, Dear Genevieve. Do you remember that show on HGTV? If you guys didn't know, obviously I'm famous. I had a lot more hair then, but it's so funny because they were doing all the shows in the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area over the course of 6 to 8, 10 weeks or something like that. And when they went to inspect our house, they're like, oh my God. They're like, can we rent your house for the next 6 weeks to do all the bills, all this? There's no room in New York. And they were doing Brooklyn and Manhattan. And I'm like, yeah, you can rent my place.
Right.
So they obviously destroyed my lawn with tents and everything like that for 6 straight weeks. But yeah, I mean, it's so true.
I didn't know you
New York
then.
is tough.
I didn't know that whole thing.
This goes back to 2009, 10 maybe, or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't know you then. But I had heard about it, and they came to another house in Woodcliff Lake too after that. I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they came in. Who knows? But so you love working in this area, New Jersey, mostly New York.
I've done a lot out east in the Hamptons too. I've consulted for people on the Jersey Shore too. A lot of my clients who have their second homes.
There you go.
So Florida. I'm doing a bunch in Florida, because I'm getting older.
Oh, listen to you.
I've gone down. I do a lot just speccing for them, and I haven't done full what we're doing in.
I mean, I can't even imagine doing this remotely.
Right.
What you're doing for us,
Correct.
It's we are going down to the inch.
Yes.
We need. Is it 96 inches or is it 97 inches?
Yes.
I'm like, you're not doing that on a Zoom on a
I
FaceTime call.
have. I work with the builders.
All right,
It
I guess
depends
that
on your
works, yeah.
builders, but out east, I've gone out east quite a bit.
Yeah.
And it's really going well.
All right. So this is just a layup question for you. Tell me why somebody should hire an interior designer. Why wouldn't they do it themselves? What are the benefits of using somebody like you?
I think the key thing for any family is space. Understanding the size of the room. So many times they're like, oh, we just did this room. Come see what we did. And it's lovely, or it could be pretty, and the colors are nice.
Is that a political way of saying, oh?
It's awful.
If she tells you it's lovely, ladies and gentlemen, it's not lovely.
It's wrong. It's just wrong in terms of size. And that's having gone to school, that's the main thing you learn. Because no one could tell you, from a design point of view, it's right or wrong. It's your preference, it's your taste. But if the sofa's too big or it's too small, if it's not facing in the right direction, that is.
We're not talking feng shui here. We're talking about general design.
Correct.
Yeah, I got it.
And I do feng shui, but I really kind of believe it should be the flow of the room is the most important, and you'll have good feng shui if you're happy in your room. That's sort of my philosophy.
I think I agree.
And I've helped a lot of people change the way they've originally thought about a room. I happen to love kitchens and bathrooms, and I just love the materials, the details, the design of that. I mean, everybody knows that I'm known for certain things.
Yeah. You do come in very excited with the material. You love this material. You're going to love it. I'm like, no, we don't love that. She goes, well, I love it.
And then we do it.
So, of course. So.
I have a client in Woodcliff Lake, and she's also a very dear friend of mine. And I will shout out her name, Tara Merson. And every time I show her something, she's like, no.
And every single one of those are in her home right now.
It takes her like a month of me just sitting with her with it, being patient. Now I know.
I was about to say, you do it, and then okay, you give a million other things, and then you bring this one back in. She goes, oh, I love that one. You knew that was going to be the case. You don't even say it anymore. You don't have to prove it.
I do, and I'm
going to be like, remember that first one you hated?
Yes. Shout out Tara. I do that. I show her. She's like,
Right.
And then I'll do the hard work, and I'll go back and find her some other really nice options. And lo and behold.
You're not telling her this is the same one. You're just reintroducing it, and she goes, no, I like that.
No, I will say I still like the first, but if you like this.
Didn't know if you wanted to trick your clients and play all those head games and whatnot. You could probably do that to us. You're probably doing that to us every day.
Every day.
It's got to be a battle of psychology, too, I think you can imagine. So.
But it's, I think that clients in general, when they're ready to hire you, they can't push the button.
Yeah.
And I have some that are like, they won't move without even from an accessory. Can I put it on this shelf or that? To someone who, is, there. And then I have people that are very controlling and want me to just be there to consult. So I've run the gamut, but I love it, and I still love it, and it's hard work.
It's not. I can see what you're doing. You're constantly running. You're going back and forth.
Yes.
Well, one of the other benefits, of course, is your connections with the designers and the stores around here, and your discounts.
Yes, my trade.
What is?
That's why. So you asked
the benefits. Yeah, right.
So yes, you could pay me a fee, any fee, whether it's hourly, but I mostly do a design fee, and all my clients will receive wholesale trade discounts. So it might sound like if I tell you it's $5,000 hypothetically, that's fine. They don't realize how much money they're saving because that same couch, if they didn't, it could be $12,000.
You just went to the store, right?
It's crazy.
So without a designer and somebody who doesn't have the connections or the trade discounts and everything like that, you could do it on your own. You're saving the design fee, but how much more are you saving or not saving in
at retail? Buying it at retail. It's really crazy because even at retail, I can get you a discount.
Right.
But I recommend you go to our wholesale because that's really a better quality product. That's significantly less money.
And for people and I don't know. I mean, you're talking about all these local stores around here, the big ones. If you said you're like doing kitchens and bathrooms, like what are the big stores around here? You're
Ferguson, Porcelanosa,
right?
Artistic Tiles, one of my favorites.
Sure. Little shout out to Lauren over there.
Yes, Lauren.
I gotta get you on, Lauren. You're another Wycliffe Lake. What are you doing?
We should do it. I love.
There we go. Let's go.
Yes.
So I mean, from tile and wallpaper and carpet and everything. And
I have built really good resources.
Yeah.
So, if someone doesn't have a plumber, I have a plumber. I have electrician. So that's my experience. You can't buy that. This is for me to say, I'm a full service interior designer. I have a great assistant. Her name is Katie Letterman. Shout out.
We could get you on the podcast. We have an extra chair over here.
She's too pretty.
She would make us look horrible. Forget about it, Katie. You're not invited.
But
sorry.
She's very talented,
right.
and I adore her. She's really wonderful. And we are a good team.
Okay.
It's very hard to find someone that has the same aesthetic as you.
So she's not just working behind the scenes and doing all the scheduling.
Right.
She's got.
Right. No, I have her.
She's helping out.
She'll pick out if I say I need sconces for a wall.
Yeah.
She'll give me, and we will just hone it in. She knows what I'm looking for. She's great.
Not just like us. We're going to go on Google or
right.
ChatGPT.
And then I have to go find.
I got to go find. I'm like, how do you spell sconce? I don't know. I'm like, all right. And what about oh my goodness.
No, she knows my resources. We go to, we shop. I've taken her. We've gone to High Point, North Carolina, twice a year, which is our biggest furniture and trade show. Furniture, lighting, everything. It's an unbelievable experience. If you haven't, you have to be a designer.
Yeah.
Or if you sell product, you go there. But it's unbelievable.
So this is not just, this is like almost something that you're doing continuing education on. Like
Always.
every year you're constantly, I mean, you know.
Always. I'm always going and listening to speakers, and I'm on podcasts in my industry.
Right.
But I really, and just being on Instagram, you
Yeah.
know, and seeing new product that obviously, since it scrolls on my Instagram of what's happening.
The algorithm is pushing that stuff to
yes.
you because I'm not getting
No,
that stuff. Well,
you're
now I might be
you're
getting that stuff because
Spine,
I'm.
you're getting
Yeah, that's right. The
Spine
Local
stuff.
Biz Cast is getting flooded in your guys' feeds. That makes me happy. Yeah, because now I am because now, as I I'm looking through all this stuff, you can start to see more and more, and I keep on messaging you all the ones that are coming along my way, and it's like crazy because it can tell which ones I'm liking, right?
Correct.
We started talking about that recessed ceiling and the LED lights, and now everything is coming with that.
Exactly.
So
you have to learn. You have to decipher what's good quality, what's not good quality. Then you have to really, do a deep dive.
Right.
But it definitely that's interesting, and I click, and so that's
you go down
whole
the rabbit
new
hole.
world. Yeah, that's a whole new world.
You're up
for
until
me.
2:00 in the morning.
I used to sit at any time I was relaxing after I would put the kids to sleep, and I was on every magazine. I mean, I was like literally reading my magazines. I love that. I still buy magazines. Like physical magazines.
I don't even know if you can. You got to find where you 1989. Where you buy magazines?
I mean, at the airport.
People, Us Weekly. You're not talking about that. Yeah, right.
No, I still love to hold
physical,
it, and I'm on a beach this weekend, and I read those magazines, and I still buy my reading sunglasses, so that I can read them on the beach. And
I got my first pair. I think they're 1.5s.
Oh, I'm 1.5.
Yeah. Too. Oh my God.
I'm much older than you, so that's pretty good. I probably could go to 2 now.
I don't think that's a good thing to admit over there. Stay at 1.5 if you can. So, what is your favorite? You said it's kitchens and bathrooms. That's your favorite thing to do.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
I love that. But lately I've been doing a lot of master bedrooms and bathrooms. Excuse me, not master. Primary.
I knew you were going to catch yourself. I was just waiting for that. Because we were in the confines of our own home with the contractor and everything like that, and you even corrected yourself there. We're like, God, it's so difficult. It's just.
I've been saying it for so long, but yes, primary.
Right, I get it.
And lots of. I'm in a stage where, in our town, people are downsizing.
Right.
And I have a very big young family group.
Yep.
So I'm doing both. I'm building big houses for young families, and I'm taking the big houses and moving them to smaller places in the area. So that's been interesting too.
It's a whole new
evaluating what they have in their house, seeing what we're going to keep, what fits in their new space, and figuring out what to do with the old stuff. That's the difficult part.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Gonna have to get one of those people in here. We had an auctioneer. My mother is just selling her house. We had an auctioneer. Never knew that before. So we'll find you guys. If you have an auctioneer out there or a estate sale person looking to come on, I could see how important
it's really important
and how valuable that was for my family. Let me tell you, I was like, nobody's gonna show up.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to show up. Nobody's coming here. Nobody's coming to my mother's house to come to
They come with a following.
Within hours.
It was crazy.
All gone.
All gone.
It was all gone. And then what was not gone was picked up by the veterans and all that kind of stuff.
Or churches.
And churches. And I'm like, there's somebody who organizes all that. And it's like, okay, I may not have made the most amount of money.
Correct.
But how much money am I saving not having to move this
Correct.
stuff? It's gone. Oh, there's such a...
Very impressive.
But that's not this podcast. This is your podcast.
But that's an interesting industry.
It is.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite project that you've done?
What was my favorite? That's a good question. I just finished one in Manhattan that was really spectacular.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get good pictures. We're waiting for one more thing to finish. That was really unbelievable. Just a lot of great houses in Wycliffe Lake.
Yeah.
In the surrounding area. I just did one in Alpine that was beautiful. I don't know, just each room has a personality and reflects what I'm doing and what's new and the colors. And it's always changing. and the materials are always changing, which is what keeps it fresh and new.
Sure.
You know, so when I first came to Woodcliff Lake, there must have been a few designers, and I would go to every one of my friends' houses, and they all looked the same.
Yeah.
And they all had that same, like, magnifying glass on the top of the book. Like, you just knew the same people were here. And I was very mindful of that I really want every house to feel very
unique.
different.
Yeah.
And so that's what I've been working towards.
Big, small, doesn't matter. Like, what are the perfect ideal clients for you? Who are you looking for?
I mean, obviously, a whole house would be
Hey-o.
fabulous.
If you're building a brand new house from the foundation,
yes,
we're ready to rush.
And I do, and I start with architects, and I work with them, and but otherwise, I do it all. And I have a wonderful client who just said, I need to repaint. What do you think? And I need new lights. I'm like, sure, I'll come. It's, you know, nothing is too small.
Yeah.
Nothing is ever too big.
Haven't found it yet, at least.
I mean, I've done some big projects.
Yeah.
And I've done a few big projects out east. So that's been fun because they are doing a lot of builds out
Yes.
there.
Oh, boy.
But otherwise, I'm not good at social media. I think that's probably something that I can get better at. And
Okay.
I don't have a great website. I'm too busy. So that
So we
is
get you somebody. We have had how many guests have built websites on our
Yes.
podcast over here?
So I have to really get better. But I do have a big portfolio that I could send my clients quickly if they need it, because they're not going to be able to go to J. Barkus Design right now and find anything.
I mean, you, first of all, obviously, that would be huge for you. So we
Yes.
got to get that website for you.
Yes.
And then, I mean, there's nothing better than, I think, Instagram at this point for you.
Yes.
Because all the pictures, and you can, you know, bedrooms, bathrooms, blah, 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 like
Yes.
kitchens. I mean, and you can do it. And
Yeah,
then you
I mean,
can say modern,
I don't love
contemporary.
that in certain ways. I find that I don't want people copying what you have. So I'm not so...
You're a little bit more private.
I'm a little more private.
Okay.
I want to know what my client wants and, like, work with them. And they could tell me what they've seen and share with me, but I don't need everyone to see what your fabulous master suite is. You know,
do you want to see? Yeah, I'm sorry.
I could have it as part of my portfolio when they say, "What have you done?"
Yeah.
But I don't know why.
All right.
That's just my personal thing.
I hear that. Nobody can steal your stuff over there. That's you. That's but you know, obviously your touch, your taste, your like
Yes.
somebody's not, even though if they saw a picture of it, they're not going to be able to reproduce it. And I don't even know that because of working with you.
Yes,
so
that's true.
There's just that something, that special touch. I can show somebody how to take care of a sciatic patient, right? But there's just something about my 20
Which is
plus
how we
years.
met.
There you go.
I had some problems.
20 plus years of experience, you know, you could try to mimic what I'm doing on TikTok videos and stuff like that,
Right.
but unless you kind of feel it, see it, touch it,
True.
it's a little bit different.
Very
that's for
fair,
sure. But,
very fair.
Oh, man, amazing. Can you believe there's 2 minutes left?
Oh my God, this
How quick?
really did go quickly.
I'm telling you, did you have any fun at all, or was it horrible?
It was great.
Dreading this whole
easy.
thing. Awful.
I didn't make any jokes. I didn't.
All right, stand up. It's happening right now.
My family told me I am not funny. Like, they're very clear.
Do you think you're funny?
No.
Really?
I like to laugh.
I think I like to laugh.
But I'm not funny.
No.
Like, I'm not.
That was funny. Listen, all right, she's pretty funny.
You're funny.
No, I try. I like to be funny. I want people to laugh.
And you're
this
vivacious, which is very refreshing.
Oh, thank you.
Very, very refreshing.
So I think it's refreshing to almost everybody who I've met except for my wife.
I'm
She
sure.
just thinks I'm loud
and annoying.
shh, as I whistle through my teeth. She's just like, shh. I'm like, I have energy. I'm
Yes,
almost 50
you do.
years old. I have energy of a 16-year-old. I feel like that's a superpower.
Oh
That's
my
not
God,
a negative
you're so
thing.
young.
Listen
I just
to
said that into the microphone.
Get it?
You're so young.
You're hearing it here first. Like, I don't know, man. I keep on seeing the shine over my head. It doesn't make me feel so young, but it has been great. Where and how can people find you?
J. Barkus Design. I have a phone number. Really?
You can put it out there if you want. I don't know.
917-929-8894.
New York girl with her 917 number over there.
Yes.
So bougie.
Was a Manhattan girl
There we
for
go.
a long time.
Jay Barkus, that's Barcus. It's going to be
Correct.
on the podcast when we put it on there, so you
Great.
guys can take a look at it.
And
over there.
jbarkusdesign@gmail.com.
There we go. That's the email. But you can't find her on Instagram or on her website. Don't you dare, because people are stealing her stuff, and she ain't going to have that. She ain't having that. It's not going to happen. So you did wonderful.
Thank
I mean, you're like, I have no idea what to expect. We're just going to talk about you. We're going to
Yeah.
talk about what you do. And people are going to find this incredibly interesting, and it's amazing. And I kind of want to show people, but I won't. They're going to have to see for themselves. They're going to have to go to J Barkis Design or contact you at Gmail or on your New York phone number.
I'll put your whole project on Instagram.
Just my project.
Including your underwear.
Yeah, it's
all
over
the wardrobe that we're building.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I don't get a closet. We're building an entire, what do we call them, primary suites and a
beautiful ensuite.
And there's a room the size of Manhattan in my bedroom. It's not my closet at all. It's only hers.
Correct.
And you let this happen?
You're going to have a lot of space. I'm feeling good about it.
It's not a closet. It's a wall. I feel like I'm back in college. I just had a rope hanging across the thing. It's not even a rod. I had a rope. I could only put like 10 things on it, or it'd sag down over here like this.
Well, maybe if you're nice to your wife, you'll get a little space in her.
I don't think that's going to be the case. So, ladies and gentlemen, Janet Barkis
Cheers.
from J. Barkis Design. On our next Local Biz Cast, we have got Dominique Coyella. I'm going to destroy that. I'm so sorry, Dominique. You're going to correct me. I promise you on the thing. But she's from Core Fire. If you guys are in this local area, you probably have seen these Core Fires.
My daughter Gigi loves Core Fire.
First testimonial. You haven't even gotten on the podcast yet. It's your first testimonial. This has been great. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, if you like it, please go ahead and hit like and subscribe. Go to Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts and hang out with us again. One more time, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. This was fun.
Thank you. It was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good.
All right. Well, you guys have a fantastic day.
Cheers.
And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.